Hello everybody, how is everyone doing today? I hope everyone's having a really wonderful day and morning, and today I'm going to touch in on one of my favorite things, and that is being fulfilled. And wow, that's a big word. You know, I used to hear people talk about, I'm so fulfilled, and I used to really want to tell them to piss off, like, what does that mean, and why do you get to be fulfilled and not me? And maybe that's not even true, and things like that. And that was just because I was so scared and not fulfilled, empty, that I felt resentment towards people that were. But today, you know, I'm really, really fulfilled, and I want to share a little bit about what that means to me, and potentially what your own fulfillment means to you. And the most important thing is that your fulfillment is your own. There's no right or wrong answers. It doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Isn't that cool? It's yours. So when you're listening to what I have to say about my fulfillment, it doesn't have to look like yours. It can be totally different. And that's what's so wonderful, is that it gets to be yours. It's you. For me, you know, if I could describe fulfillment in one word, it would be freedom. Freedom was always what I wanted, and it's my favorite word. And when I say freedom, I mean freedom from fear, freedom from work I don't love, freedom from worrying about money, freedom from being in relationships that are toxic, freedom from repeating the same patterns, freedom from the mind always constantly chattering and talking about what's going to happen and what if and oh my gosh and I can't and oh my gosh, I mean basically freedom from me, you know, from that personality self that is just so rigid and trying to control everything. And when I got free from that, then I really found fulfillment both inside and outside. I found work that I love, relationships that are incredible, you know, a life that is turning into nothing that I ever could have imagined, because it's coming from a place that's from freedom, where I can really create, versus from a space of constriction, which is where I lived, you know, so many years of my life. And so fulfillment for me is being in the present moment. It's being joyful. It's being grateful. It's being of service. It's spending time with my kids. It's being outside. It's being with those two goofy dogs behind me. It's living. It's being alive. I mean, my gosh, there's so many of us that aren't even alive. You know, I mean, we just walk around all day long just totally asleep. And fulfillment for me is being awake. It's being alive. And gosh, I'm so grateful for that. So, you know, what is your fulfillment? What does it look like for you? How are you being? Because your beingness is so important. And what are you doing? And who are you with? And when are you alone? And what does it look like? And my God, what do you love? You know, what sets your soul on fire? I mean, that almost brings me to tears to think of what it's like to live with your soul not on fire, because your soul was made to be, you know, alive and awake and guiding you and on fire. So, you know, as I, you know, walk with these dogs today and think about my life and how I can contribute and how I can give back, and what it feels like, and just the joy from just standing under a friggin' tree talking to you guys. You know, that's, if I could have written down 5 years ago everything that I wanted, I would have so limited myself. I had no idea what was possible. And same thing, 5 years from now, gosh, probably 5 months from now. We just don't know. So, you know, play around. What does fulfillment look like for you? I would love to know. And if you're not there, that's okay, but let's get going. Let's get fulfilled. Let's get alive. Let's get awake. Because there's no reason not to be. And that's what we're here to do, is to learn and to be alive. So I hope everyone has a great day, and I hope this sparked maybe some curiosity for yourselves. And don't disregard that curiosity. You know, delve into it, dive into it. What does fulfillment look like for me? I'd love to hear. Okay, bye-bye.